Who would you pick as the best team in Los Angeles?
This is tough.
It's tough.
Because as a player, I had to do two different designations, and it frustrated me with fans and media. It's how great players are and how they are versus me. So, like, I agree with you that the Lakers, number one seed in the West, they have great size. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, we know about their squad.
Yep.
But they're not as effective going against the Clippers. So if I had to take the Lakers against the field other than the Clippers, I would do that. But head-to-head, today, I still have to take the healthy Clippers against the Lakers. I think
that's fair to say because we've seen those games when they do go head-to-head, and in those games, the Clippers have proven themselves to be the better team, and that was before they added Morris, who is a key piece to what they do. I think we will have plenty of time in the future to discuss who's the best team in Los Angeles. Something tells me that might come up again and again through the summer. But that wasn't the only game last night. Fascinating game last night between the Pelicans and the Thunder. Listen, I know. We know what Zion did. And we're going to get to Zion. We're supposed to talk about Zion. We're ESPN. Zion is the hottest thing out. We're going to get to Zion. But the real story here to me is the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder have won 7 of their last 10. They've won 8 road games in a row. And do you remember when there was supposed to be a fire sale after they traded Westbrook? They're supposed to trade Chris Paul to the Heat, and teams were interested in Gallinari. Remember, he was going to get traded, and Steven Adams, someone's supposed to get off of that contract. They were completely rebuild. They're not rebuilding. They're thriving. They are now solidly in the playoffs in the Western Conference, and they got a big win against the Pelicans last night. How have they been able to be so successful this season?
I want to make sure I do a couple of things. I want to put some respect on Sam Presti's name because a lot of us thought he was foolish when we looked down at the paper and felt like he was trading Paul George and Russell Westbrook in the same offseason. And when you look at how this veteran-laden team is playing with an influx of young players plus the assets they got going long-term, that looks amazing. Also, stability. Billy Donovan. We've seen him coach a big three with Harden, KD, and Westbrook, overcome all of that from Victor Oladipo has been on and off the team. Paul George has been on and off the team. Until now, having Gallinari and Chris Paul and Steven Adams, grizzled veterans going to show up to work, and then Schroeder and our guy SGA. And so now they're legitimately a playoff team and also a squad you don't want to play. And this is why I said what I said when you compared the Lakers versus the Clippers. The Clippers, I'll give an edge versus the Lakers. But I don't necessarily give them an edge versus the rest of the West, depending on the matchup. Because all teams have strengths and weaknesses.
Am I hearing you right?
I'm not saying that the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Memphis Grizzlies are going to win a first-round series.
Okay.
But what I am saying is the Oklahoma City Thunder have a chance in the first round to win a couple of games. Kind of like the Clippers of last year.
We'll see a game 6. I think that's a very fair thing to say. Now that we've given the Thunder their due respect, let's talk about Zion Williamson, the most exciting player in the National Basketball League. Fresh off of scoring 31, topped it by scoring 32, going 11 for 19 from the field, doing what he does, catching the ball around the basket and putting it in the basket. If you notice where all these shots come from, that's on Steven Adams. Steven Adams is a good defender. Steven Adams is a gigantic, strong human being. But unfortunately, Zion Williamson is the stronger, bouncier human being. Look at where all these shots are coming from. Every time he keeps surprising me, and it's getting to a point where this is normal. Is this a normal game for Zion Williamson?
This is normal. And he should be in the All-Star game.
Well, just put him in there.
Like, don't keep saying it like this is for the fans and Zion ain't there. You know, give the people what they want. And I know he missed a lot of games. But there are a lot of first and second-time All-Stars that are playing terrific this year, but they're not wowing us like Zion has so far in just 10 games. And let me just point out something that's a basketball trait that does not show up on the stat sheet, okay, that he does that usually elite prospects don't always do. He's virtually playing harder than everybody else.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
See, if you look at those, like he getting offensive rebounds, you know those shots that hit the bottom of the rim and they hit the floor, he the first dude there to grab it.
Good point.
Somebody get a deflection in the paint, he jumping up over everybody, grabbing it, and going up quick and before everybody can respond. That's what I love. When you get all of those hustle effort buckets, and then all of a sudden you get in the transition lobs, and you're a great athlete playing multiple positions up front, he's become an immovable force in the league. And they're so far behind, I don't believe that they're going to make the playoffs. It's just too many squads to leapfrog. But I'm telling you what, building around Zion is everything that the Pelicans hoped that it would be.
Well, we always show all the highlight dunks and the lob catches and everything that Zion does, but he doesn't just do it on the offensive end. He is an elite athlete on both ends of the floor. And just very quickly, let's just stand and just watch this block from Zion, because Zion Williamson doesn't just get up on offense. Look at this.
Get it down!
Boom. Get out of here. He's so bouncy, like he almost goes up for the shot fake, and then he could recover and get up for the second one. But that, Jalen Rose, was impressive, but it wasn't nearly as impressive as what my guy, Steven Adams, did. You know I love Steven Adams. You know I love Steven Adams. This was Steven Adams' very first three of his entire career. Like, look at the shimmy on this angle. Look at my guy. Watch the shimmy, Jalen Rose. It's almost more impressive than the shot.
You can tell he don't shoot a lot of jump shots because that looks so uncomfortable. He didn't even jump. He just kind of used his touch and gave you a little Mark Jackson shimmy. And he deserves it, because as a veteran leader on that squad, they're going to be in the playoffs. But I got to say one more thing about Zion and how the geometry of the team works. When Brandon Ingram was really getting off this year, they had him playing at a lot of 3-4. Well, Zion is playing now. They have him playing at a lot of 4-5. And it goes to show you how fragile opportunities can be. Because had Zion been playing all season, the Pelicans would have an all-star, but it wouldn't be Brandon Ingram.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.